Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. For my first video, I want to talk about the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie. So I know many people have seen it already, as with only a $20 million budget, the movie has already grossed over $500 million worldwide. So I'm pretty happy that the movie made that much money. I'm happy that the movie's doing this well. I'm a fan of this show. But as I come to think about it, I do have some issues with the series. And especially with the movie, well, the first part of the movie, since the whole series is coming to a close now. So there's just a few things I just want to speak out on and see if anyone else feels the same way or differently. I just want to know. But I'm just going to get straight to it. For the first fight, when it comes to Shinobu versus Doma, I do have an issue with how Doma is the first demon that Shinobu sees. How does she just... It's called Infinity Castle, and it's 100% chance that she finds Doma first. I don't know. That just... it makes sense the fight for them to fight, but... I don't know that. Because this also leads to my next issue, the lack of character development that this show has provided us with some of these characters. This first fight, please tell me what the show has provided to give us about these characters. We know a few things about their personality, but that's essentially it. I know this show kind of play a lot of insights into things, but it's insane how the last time we see Shinobu was the end of episode 2 of the Hashira training arc. There were 6 more episodes. Yeah, we see her at the end, but I'm talking about just her talking, getting to know her. It was literally the last part of episode 2 we saw her, where she was showing any other type of emotion besides Master. So yeah, I do have an issue with that. I have an issue with Doma, how we know literally nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it's just... I want to... we love the fights. We love the action scenes. We're there for the character moments as well. But the fact that we got... I wish our sister flashbacks were just earlier. So we could have got more fighting scenes with Shinobu, because she barely fought during the series. And you just made it seem like she was just extremely weak. At least make her poison more durable or something. Her fight was short. It was mostly flashbacks. What you've seen during the trailer, that little sequence against Doma, that was essentially the entire fight. Which is why I'm just so sad. Especially when people talked about the people who went to go see in 4DX and how they did her broken spine. I don't know. I think I would have been extremely mad in that moment. But you know what? It's okay. Because we can't change it as audience now. But part 2. Zenitsu versus Kaigaku. Oh my goodness. I realized this was the most hyped up fight. No, it wasn't. For me, it was. But I know it was up there next to the Tanjiro fight. But this fight was short. And Zenitsu is such a one-hit. He's such a one-hit wonder. It's cool to see. But watching it with the flashbacks. With the flashbacks again, I do want flashbacks. I'm not saying I don't. But the fact that I didn't officially know Kaigaku before the movie, I understand why the flashbacks had to be there, but they could have been there earlier. They could have been there earlier. Like Zenitsu he did all that training for what type of sword skills? He just developed a new move when he only has one move. His moves are too powerful. I will never understand. That's my main issue with these first two fights. It's the lack of character development. These people, I mean, Zenitsu is the only one we have actually spent time with out of these four characters. And if you disagree, please let me know. But I personally believe that Zenitsu is the only character that we have spent time with. Kagaku was only shown in flashbacks. And one of them was during the Hashira training arc. So now, this is where another problem comes in. So with that Hashira training arc flashback with Guillaume, you're telling me that he never seen Kagaku in the Demon Slayer Corps. He probably didn't, because I didn't either. I didn't even know he was in the Demon Slayer Corps. Like, you could just think he was, but timeline-wise, I know we were mainly with Tanjiro during, like, his time earlier in the show. So we don't know when he could have been with Kagaku, but you, as the director of the show, gotta, like, tell us. We can't just be guessing here or just suspecting. We actually gotta know who these characters are. What is the real point of these fights? What are they really fighting for? I can't know what Kagaku's fighting for during the moment that he's literally fighting. Like, I wanted a more fighting sequence from Zenitsu, since they both have blades. They both have swords. They're both swordsmen. So you're telling me they're only gonna just use their power attacks? I don't know. I'm a little sad about that. But it's okay. Because the main fight, Giyu versus Akaza. And I'm telling you, it's just straight up Giyu versus Akaza. Tanjiro was literally a background character again. Just like in the Mugen Train fight, he was a background character. And the fact that he comes into the last second to cut his head off, y'all can like that, but I don't. I really don't like that. Tanjiro's flashbacks could have happened earlier. They absolutely could have happened earlier. That's why a lot of people are complaining about Akaza's flashback, but his flashback was perfectly fine. The thing was, there was no time left in the movie. So that means there were scenes earlier in the movie that probably should have been taken out to give Akaza better time instead of squeezing it at the end like that. Because nothing else happened after that. So, since it was just Giyu versus Akaza, they definitely should have had just Tanjiro's flashbacks earlier. Because if he wasn't gonna he should have just had the flashbacks earlier to start training for the transparency world then. He could have struggled and not being able to obtain it back then, but during this fight, he could have gotten so, like, desperate under physical stress that he could have finally, like, thought of a way to reach that world. But instead, he just finds it right then and there during the fight, and we sitting there have to watch a flashback. Like, why are we sitting here watching these flashbacks? I'd rather have been watching Akaza's flashbacks during that time. So I just want you guys to understand the points I'm just trying to get across with that. Because Tanjiro, it was supposed to be a rematch fight. Well, not even a rematch fight, because like I said, Tanjiro was a background character in the first fight. So it was just him. It was a revenge fight for him, and he barely did anything. Giyu, thank you. I want to thank Giyu, because Giyu and Akaza, that fight, everything that they did, the animation was just amazing. So I don't want you guys to think that I absolutely hated the movie or I don't like the show. I personally believe that the animation really was top notch. It really was 20 out of 10. It was perfect. It was just the story. The story, seeing how it's coming to an end and how a lot of things just don't sit right with me because there are just a lack of character development, just wasted time during the movie that could have been devoted to other Hashiras. We could have seen more of Genya, Morichiro, Guillaume, Saname, like that. Anybody, even Nezuko. Like, we could have got another scene with her. Like, we could have got more scenes. They could have even, I don't know. I felt like we as the audience wanted more character time with some of these people, even though we all know they're gonna die. So it's it's a very sad story, and I don't know if that's the point why he rushed it, because he wants it to be even more sad, or what. But at the end of the day, I am happy that you guys were here to listen to my video. And if you guys do enjoy it, please just comment down below if you want me to talk about anything else. I also want to do other videos, just talking about video games, other types of movies. Like, literally anything. I just don't want to... I don't want to get too deep into anything, I guess. I kind of just want to be random. Whatever I feel come to mind at that time of day. But I just want to say thank you again for listening to my video, and I hope you guys have a great day.